Hello, my name is Ethan Hewlin. Like you, I live in a world that never stops moving. And also like you, I have stories. These are my stories. The true stories of a tryhard. Welcome back to True Stories of a Tryhard. I am Ethan Hewlin, and this week I am joined for the very first time by two guests.
Maria. And I'm Sadie.
And we are talking social media and how it affects mental health today. So, how has that impacted your guys' lives?
I mean, it kind of started when I was I think around middle school. And it kind of just, I don't know, there was just something about it that kind of seemed off to me. Like the fact that everything was based off of your own approval, you know what I mean?
Everybody can see what you're doing,
all the time. Well, you get to choose what you put on there. So
everyone can see what you're posting, even if you don't, there's some ways that people can you know how people can track you while you're online shopping, or they can look at your Facebook when you get a new job. The people who are hiring you will look you up online, so it's kind of also can be really stressful.
Yeah, especially Snap Map for kids, because it's
I do not use that.
You don't use Snap Map?
I don't either, but before I even
seeing where all your friends are.
But the funny thing was, it happened 2 weeks before I found out. It started the Snap Map thing. I didn't realize that it had been on there, and somebody told me, and so then I mean, that's crazy that for 2 weeks I didn't even know I was being looked at. You know
that
what I
is
mean?
So scary.
That's nuts.
You know what I mean? And
but that's just the way social media is these days.
Yeah, but
it's just everybody gets so much information about other people all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's it's just so
it feels
easy.
like everyone's just looking at you.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
So how's that affected your guys' views on privacy and stuff like that?
Yeah, I feel like it's an expected thing that when you go on a vacation, you're gonna post on social media. It changes people's expectations of how they're gonna do certain activities, if that makes sense. If you go and volunteer, it's pretty common that people will put that on their social media.
I mean, I think just that, the fact that, people can manipulate things that, other people see on social media, that's really crazy. Especially in, the 2016 elections.
Oh, boy.
Well, we're not going to talk about that, but I was just...
Yeah, I try not to get political on my show.
No politics.
So, you guys have jobs. Did they... during the interview process, have you go through your social media? Because that's never happened to me.
Well, we both have low wage jobs.
Yeah.
So I mean, ours are just we work at Sonic.
Work at Sonic.
I work at just a lawn place. But I feel as you climb up the ladder, as the jobs are more
they
well paying, then they're gonna definitely go a lot more in depth.
Definitely. Yeah. But still, you should never put anything on your social media that is because even if you delete it, they can still if it's that bad, the FBI or whoever can look it up and
Well, not even the FBI, your future employer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
But people
you delete it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So they can't.
That's still out there.
It's
somewhere.
still out there somewhere.
You don't know who's taking a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
And people are so they'll share everything. They'll share their who they're they'll rage on there, and they'll be ranting about who walked in front of their car this morning.
Yeah.
It's just kind of dangerous, and I don't think people actually take
into
consideration.
It's involuntary. Your own name can be involuntary. Someone gets mad at you, and says something about you. You didn't even have they're just mad at you, so they're just saying stuff about you. And what if it was a future employer?
That's cyberbullying. Yeah.
It's not. I don't know if it's cyberbullying, but it's definitely not it should be illegal. I feel because,
well, I mean, how are you going to monitor that though?
They have more problems.
Because oh wait, I have an idea. How you tag somebody and then it will say, is it okay if you're tagged in this?
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of being tagged in it.
That's good though.
A party.
They don't need to monitor it. They just need to make extra terms and restrictions.
That's how they monitored it.
It's this person wants to request to tag you in this photo. Are you okay with it?
Yeah, something like that.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, if you're listening, you're probably not, but still, that's a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Another kind of thing that's not really in the same topic is like the way beauty has changed because of certain things that we have.
Oh
like,
boy. We're
Photoshop is a big
James
one.
Charles.
Well, like just really like.
Do you like James Charles?
I don't really know that much about that situation. I don't really care too much.
Oh, really?
No.
You don't care about...
If I was a guy, I wouldn't be too interested in a gay beauty guru either.
No. And I don't swing that way, so like...
Oh, right.
He's not gay.
He's not?
No.
Is he bi or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Bis are different. Like, it's... whatever.
I don't know.
Hey, don't. It's alright. Yeah, I just like, you'll go on Instagram. Like, there's this Reddit, sorry to say this, but there's a Reddit called Instagram Reality versus Reality, something like that.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Where they'll show you the picture that was posted on the Instagram account of some like famous person, and then they'll show you the original that was unedited, and they could not be more different.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like, even Disney is catching on to this because at like Disney World they have the thing known as Instagram walls. Like, have you guys seen those?
Really?
Where like people will like walk up to the wall and just be like, pose and take pictures.
Yeah, that's a thing a lot of places. Like, things ready to be
taking
don't we
photos
have
and stuff.
don't we have a few
In
probably
KC.
in KC, yeah.
Here.
Like, they just, like, it's just a place to take photos at, and everybody does it, and it's, like, a thing. I feel like nowadays they can make it look, like, so realistic, like how she was talking about, like, well, Reddit is, like, like, it's, like, your reality versus, like, social media, and it's, like, well, they can literally make it look, like, you know what I mean? Like, real, because, like, sometimes you can, like, tell when things are fake, you know what I mean? Like, situation.
But it's getting a lot better. Like the more advanced our technology gets, like, the better that.
It's a lot more realistic.
The easier it is to be not your true self.
Or, like,
if that makes sense.
if it's, I know this isn't about
like, even
body.
Snapchat filters.
I mean, some of those are just kind of like either like cute or like weird.
But there's a
whatever.
lot that have to do with like
Like
changing
cute.
what you look like. Like
Yeah.
what
Like
you
your
look
big
like on
eyes
Snapchat
and
is not what you look like in real life.
Oh, definitely not. And I don't really use filters at all, unless it's like where I am.
I don't.
Like, in middle school I did, but I don't anymore.
use them at all because I just like
Nobody
don't.
does anymore. I feel like it
Because-
used to be a thing.
Yeah, I mean it was, but now the only like location filters are the only ones that I use. Like, this is where I am.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do too. Having social media as like it was already very popular, like especially like from our age because we're kind of a little bit younger, like just having that growing up, and it kind of just like
Yeah.
if
Like,
that makes sense.
it's not just like, because I feel like adults think of it a lot differently.
Like, even me being like a college student, like I'm already being exposed to like adults using social media for like business purposes as opposed to like personal purposes.
like LinkedIn.
Yes, I have a LinkedIn. Don't look me up, please.
What's a LinkedIn?
LinkedIn is like, yeah, it's Facebook for jobs. Is what LinkedIn is.
That's
For
good.
professionalism.
Yep. But you won't
Smart.
like that's all it is. Like, you won't find anything personal on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's very like this person did this person has this achievements.
Yeah, because it's for jobs. That makes sense.
Yeah, you're basically putting your resume on essentially Facebook and having potential employers look at you. And you can use people that you know to make connections with other people who could potentially employ you. I mean, I was told that there's never a wrong time to make one. Like, I made mine about a year ago, and it's just kind of sitting there. It's probably
You made yours while you went to the high school?
Yeah, it was part of one of my engineering classes, actually, was to make LinkedIn professional stuff.
That's nice.
Yep.
Did you go to the CAA?
Yes, I
Sorry,
did.
this does not have anything to do.
Yes, I did.
Do you like the CA?
Oh, it was awesome.
Dude, I love the
I went
CA.
there in the morning, so like
Oh, I go there
I
in
could
the morning.
I could sleep in. And-
Yeah. Isn't it nice?
It's really nice.
Like, you don't have to get up at 5 in the morning.
I never. Well, actually, I used to get up at 5 for work,
Oh,
and
what the
now
hell?
and then my shift.
Wait, you would go to work before school?
Yep, because my first class is at 11 o'clock.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah. With college, you can put classes anywhere you
Oh,
want.
wait, now. I thought you meant in high school.
Oh no. I'm talking like recently.
Okay.
Like I just
Okay.
changed. So we brought up that a little bit ago, and how like people will go to specific places just so they can get pictures. Like, do you guys
Yeah,
think like pictures
for sure.
are like a requirement of a certain place, or does it like the
Well, I
pictures
mean-
happen because you're in a certain place, but you're doing other things?
Yeah, I think that like if not to post it on social media, pictures are like just the norm. Like you go there, you take pictures, like that way you can like remember the experience. But like I don't know if posting it on the social media is really a must. But I do think people travel just for that.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's so all three of us listeners went to Peru as of recording about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
With
It was
the
fun.
school.
Yeah, with our high school, my old high school, and I mean we all put pictures on social media. Speaking of, you can follow me on Instagram at ethan.t.hewlin to see those.
Yeah, I would shout out mine.
But you
I
don't
don't
use yours at all.
No, I really
Yeah,
don't.
we both have just left social media. Like like we are joking around now, but like really it kind of took a huge toll on us because
Like both of you?
yeah, we got off because it was just like like not all of them, but like Instagram. I left Instagram just because like looking at all these people,
Yes,
like
it
all these
bothered
beautiful
me.
girls, like I just felt so self-conscious, so I left it.
Well, I mean, like a lot of things, like it is what you make it. So I kind of like edited myself and just kind of put all of that over there so I don't have to worry about it. But like the comparison trap is a very real thing.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like
I'm not.
I've like muted and blocked certain accounts that like promote like unhealthy
No, like,
habits.
we mean we don't necessarily. Wait, do you mean like people in our school, or like people?
no, like people who are
like baddies.
people who are influencers.
So
Yeah,
so
like
Instagram
influencers.
baddies.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you like Instagram baddies?
No.
Well,
I don't. Well,
some guys like
okay,
it.
depends on the.
Do you like Kim K? Kylie K? Or
The
Jay?
whole Kardashian family, I just don't like.
Really?
No.
Aw.
How is that an awe? They're airheads.
Oh, yeah, I'm an airhead.
No, you're not. You have a lot more. You have more personality.
physically
You
or-
have more personality than the entire Kardashian family.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh, thanks.
you do.
For sure.
I am honestly very like honored that you don't think I'm like the Kardashians.
No, I don't. I generally do not
But
think
you
that.
just said that you liked the Kardashians.
It was a joke.
So, my first social media was my Instagram that I got at probably 14, and I mean that's the one that I know the best, like all the ins and outs of it. That's why, like all of my podcast social media, that's where it started, is like me promoting myself on my own personal Instagram as well as my podcast Instagram page, just so other people can see it. Because, I want people to listen because I think I have a good message that a lot of people need to hear. I mean, I feel like guys aren't as affected by the whole comparison thing as girls are, but like it's definitely present. Like you'll see like guys on like guys' fitness pages are like promoting like protein powder or whatever, and they'll be like super ripped, and I'm just standing here like, oh, am I not doing enough? What do I need to do?
I kind of
What's
think that
going
it's a really big problem for guys, just because like the whole like flexing idea. Like I have
Yeah.
I have $1 million car. Like, I have all the like girls, like all that stuff. So
Oh, you mean like the rappers?
Yes. The
I
guys-
love rappers. Because Kanye West has always spoken to me spiritually. Like right now,
do you like rappers?
Depends on the one. Like I like a few.
do you like Kanye West?
No.
He's a good guy.
Which ones
though.
do you like?
I like Khalid. I like. He's probably the one that I like the most.
Which one?
Khalid.
Khalid.
Yeah.
Really?
hmm
That's a
Do you
good
like
one.
have any others that you would recommend for the audience?
I mean, Khalid is definitely at the top of that list, but Tech Nine. He's from where I'm from.
You like Tech Nine?
Yeah, I do.
Do you like Wiz Khalifa? Tyga?
The only Wiz Khalifa song I know is Black and Yellow. So
You don't like Travis Scott?
I haven't heard enough of him to really have an opinion.
Highest in the room.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yes. I absolutely like
Everybody
Kendrick
likes
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I was just checking.
Hey, I'm not stupid.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
Keeping
that whole rapper train going, like, and the whole flexing idea, do you think that they're the ones who are setting the example and we're just following it, or did like we start it and they're just like at the top?
So I feel like obviously those societal pressures were already there before we started social media. So I think it's just gotten more intense it's like the same idea. Like to me, like social expectancies, I don't know, like by the time back in like 10 years ago, like people like were seen, you know, maybe in their 30s, they were super successful, you know, they had a family, they had a nice body, they were attractive, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that same idea has just gotten like switched up, you know, a lot in the last 10 years. Mm-hmm. Like everything's just getting more and more intense. Like bodies, I feel like here, for example, like in the 90s, 1990s, people were super skinny. Like that was like the runway model look. Mm-hmm. But now like in the 2010s, whatever, like people are like Coke bottles. You know what I mean? Like you could look skinny, but like having like a whole like, you know, 30-inch waist compared to like a 5-inch like stomach.
The
like
hourglass.
Hourglass hips, sorry.
So do you think like having like plus size models for clothes is a good step in the direction for like
here's
the
my
comparison
thoughts.
stuff?
I think that at a point, yes, like it's good to have models that are bigger, but also like it can get a little too extreme versus like would you want to have a model that's just like anorexic skinny? Like no. So like on the other hand, like you don't want someone who's gonna be just like unhealthily like overweight.
Yeah.
Like I think
but
like,
of course like people who are like bigger.
I mean, I feel like there is a line. I just don't know where that line is.
I think Ashley Graham is like a perfect example of what Sadie was saying, because like she's not too heavy and she's not too skinny. She's just like, you know, she's just curvy. She's voluptuous.
Like I think it's great if they can find like a good, like if they aren't going to an unhealthy zone on either end.
Yeah. Balance.
Balance is like the key to life in every situation we have. You know what I mean?
It really is. Like if you think about it. Like,
it's homeostasis. It's how we live. At the same, so like body image, I think it should just be like a normal person, you know? Like I don't really, I guess normal in itself is a definition.
Normal in and of itself is kind of, it doesn't really make sense to me. Like the word normal, like what does that mean? Does that mean how I look? Does that mean how you look? Does that mean how I think?
Normal?
Like what is
I think it's
normal?
like
a majority.
Yeah.
It's like what everyone else is doing.
Okay.
So if like someone came before you and like you could obviously tell like other people liked it, and you try to fit that image. Like being successful. Why is being successful? Well, everyone else is like trying to be successful. You know what I mean? Like it's like always a group thing.
Like even doing this podcast here, this is my kind of way of saying like, I feel like this is kind of a flex for me in some cases, because like yes, I do have like a message about, you know, promoting mental health. And fun fact, right now, the day we're recording this is World Mental Health Day, so that's fun.
Yeah.
But even regardless of that, I can be like, hey, I'm a podcaster, and you're not. Yeah. I win.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, but on the other side of that coin, do you guys think like people should only dress like really basically and like not really care about how they look?
To me, I mean, this might be just like a girl thing. I don't know, because I feel like guys don't try as hard to look nice as girls do, but that's just me.
Some guys.
Yeah, some guys. Like, never mind. Anyways,
like my stepdad has more clothes than my mom does.
Oh, that's cool. So I think when you look your best, it's like a way of saying like you're gonna perform your best, and and that's like an like ideological thing, or maybe it's just like something I can see in the mirror when I dress nice and I look nice and stuff like that. But to me it is like, okay, I'm gonna like go do something good, you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like I feel like it also is part of respect. It's like people who don't take care of themselves, you know, and that can be however you want to see it. To me, it's like you don't brush your hair, you don't brush your teeth, you don't put deodorant on. on, you know what I mean? Those
Mhm.
kind of things.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that just looks like you don't respect yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, why would I want to?
Right.
You know?
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Like,
Maria.
what do you think about self-love, Sadie, and like how that feels?
Well, if I had to say something, self-love, like it's really hard because of what's normal to be okay with who you are, even if it's not like exactly like what everybody else wants you to be.
Yeah. I feel like I'm pretty fortunate because for most of my life I've felt pretty comfortable with who I am. Like recently, like in the past few weeks, I've started going back to the gym again because I want to get a bit more in shape.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, my reasons for doing that was not because I want to look, super swole or anything. I just want to be healthy and just have a healthy life.
Yeah. If I'm doing something, it doesn't mean I'm trying to like do it for like, that reason.
Now, this is my personal opinion. I don't know if this is how it is or not. But from my experience, the more makeup a girl is wearing, the more she's trying to cover up. Do
Really?
you guys think that's true?
No.
No.
No?
Wait, you mean like personality wise?
Well,
or like
like the more insecure she is about herself physically.
Really? Oh. Okay, so to me, it's more of like an expression thing. It's more of an artistry thing, and I think it's hard for like guys to understand that because for one, they don't do it, and for two, like they don't really venture into that side of the world. But like for me, like when I see, I don't know, like when I see guys play like their video games,
Mhm.
I don't completely understand it, and I have I don't know. To me, I definitely would look at it as like something I wouldn't want to do versus
Mhm.
if a guy wanted to do it. But like I think that's more of like a cultural thing, and I
Yeah.
think it's more of just like it's just something where like it's definitely a sense of like expression, and it's
Mhm.
definitely not. If a girl does that like all the time, then maybe. But if it's like whenever she wants to or that and this, like it's more of like no, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because I mean, if you think about it, all animals dress up for each other. Like if you look at peacocks and different other types, like sorts of birds, like they always do dances to attract a mate.
Mhm.
So that's also another thing. Like it's like everybody, like to me, I think it's more of just like a natural thing,
When does it go too far?
Drag makeup, maybe.
That's when it goes too far?
I don't.
I mean, I'd agree with you, but like, is there anything before that would make it go too far?
I mean, I think again, it's like your own personal thing.
Mhm.
Like people,
So-
guys who like girls with makeup, like there's people who like that, and then there's guys who want it natural. But like
Yeah.
it's really about preference.
I personally like girls with makeup, but if my girlfriend decides not to wear makeup, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, regardless, she's pretty, like just
Yeah.
the way she is.
Yeah.
So you guys said you wanted to show me a little bit about like the makeup industry and
Yes.
what's up with that.
So like, as you can see on your hand.
No, they can't.
I know, but you can.
She's
Okay,
talking to you, not the
but
audience.
for the audience, like, if you could see on his hand, the concealer, as you can see, like it's like kind of like paint,
Yep.
and it's just that I just wanted to show you. Oh, it's not bad.
No.
Like
It
that.
just shows how like everybody like has like there's so many shades for every single person. Like there's just so many options to choose from. So it's a lot easier to have that kind of lifestyle, just because it's so easy to like.
Yeah. Like, so makeup culture as a whole, like how toxic is it?
Oh, you mean like the drama?
It's getting better. Not the drama, like toxic for like people, like just average people. Like
Yeah,
how
just
the
like
how
average people
big
compared
movies
to.
are like.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the cosmetic idea.
Yes. Yes.
Like I definitely don't feel like, I don't know. Like I don't feel like it's like, it's needed,
What do you mean?
Like, and because in society it's like, I need to have like, this like body frame. But
Mhm.
I feel like I have some things that like are like, and that's like narcissistic to say. And I feel like it's not, definitely doesn't like make life better.
Like having something isn't like once you have something that
It's not
was
what you
looked
care about.
like what everybody wanted. Once you have it,
Yeah, like,
it is just not as worth
Like,
as much worth.
I
as you thought it was gonna
I
be.
would literally rather have no butt, no boobs, and then guys wouldn't look at me, and I'd be so much happier in my corner.
You would be surprised how many people talk about that in front of your face. Like how many people will come up to you and just sit, like comment on your looks.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I really wish I was like paper thin, you know?
I've never done that to anybody.
I know.
It's
I'm
not
gonna be
you.
pull
Like
up
it's just
It's
like
other
everybody.
guys.
And they don't
It's the
even
F-boys.
like sometimes it's just
Oh.
like a joke. Not even that. Like
Yeah,
it can
like-
be anybody. Like
Oh, okay.
you know, like your friends
It's
that are just
fine.
trying to joke around, but like what they actually say, like they wouldn't say that to a guy.
Like, give an example.
Well, like we were walking and my friend came to my other friend and he's like, wow, you look like a pimple face. Like he'll just say that like as a joke, but like still it's like, ew, you know.
What does that do for your self-esteem? Like,
Not
have
good.
either of you like actually been catcalled? Like,
Yeah.
ever?
Yeah.
Everybody gets
Really?
catcalled.
Like once a week.
Really?
Yeah.
At school, it happens
Yeah.
a lot. Actually.
Like 5 guys like grab my butt at school today.
Wow.
It's really, really, really gross.
There's this girl on TikTok. I'm not gonna shout her out or anything, but on TikTok she has like 90,000 like followers,
And it's just all creepy, like old dudes.
and it's just like her boobs are out.
It's a shame.
And she is a high
twerking.
school student. Like she's literally,
Our age.
yeah.
You are more than what you look like.
I know I felt like that, like really like insecure about that when people like comment, but I know you have too. Do you want to like talk about that?
Like what?
Like what you feel when people like are constantly talking and like
Well, how much of it do you hear anyway?
Wait, hold on. Like people making like
People
marks
who
about me.
people
Yeah,
who
people
are
who-
talking about you.
like catcalling you. Like how does that
Oh,
make you feel?
catcalling. Oh yeah. I don't know. Like it was weird. Like when I was younger, I feel like I like in a way I like low key liked it. Like that sounds bad. Nowadays, I would like never. I would never like condone anything like that.
Mhm.
Like because I realized what it was. I mean, like it's like why like nudes. Like I'm sorry, but if someone says, "Oh, I want your nudes," and then you send them to them, like that was on you, dude.
Yeah, you're just
Like,
part of the problem at that
yeah,
point.
and it's like, and then it's like, oh, I'm a victim because they posted this to me. Like, here's the thing though, like, why would you condone it? You know what I mean? I think that goes with a
Yeah.
lot of things in life.
Yeah.
Now, catcalling, I don't, because I think I should be able to dress the way I want and look the way I want. But if I don't act that way, then don't come up to me and ask me for stuff. You know what I mean?
Or like
Or catcall me, because like I can look however I want. Like I'm sorry, like no one's gonna tell me that I can't wear a freaking tank top and okay I have boobs, like I'm a girl, like or tight pants. Oh well, I'm sorry, I'm like I have big thighs and a big butt, so it's gonna show.
Because
well,
guys don't really wear tight pants.
well, even yeah, there's thick guys out there. How do they think they feel? It's a girl thing, because we're talking about catcalling. Like guys don't
Right,
really
like-
get catcalled, and it's
Unless
weird.
there's a gay guy catcalling another guy.
I've never seen that.
I
Is there anything else you guys want to say?
I think we really covered it.
Yeah, it was good. Good talk.
Yeah. That was fun.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
And thank you, listeners, for listening to True Stories of a Tryhard. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I am on Instagram at ethan.t.hewlin. I am on Twitter at etphonehome. The O's are zeros and the E's are threes. You can find the podcast on Instagram and Twitter at True Stories Pod. I'll be back with more stories next week. So until then, this is Ethan Hewlin, signing off.